weekend, TNT's coverage of NASCAR moves to Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Opened in 1950, the great Southern 500 weekend tradition. Friday, Bud Pole qualifying. Saturday, the NASCAR Busch Series race. And next Sunday, coverage of the Southern 500 at 12:30 Eastern Time.
The Southern 500. Talked to the Burton boys, Jeff and Ward, about their victories there. Ranked right up there, the biggest thing they've ever done.
Coca-Cola Racing family update. Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, both in the top 10. Jeff Burton as well. Tough night for the DEI guys, Waltrip and Park. Jeff Gordon leads. Jimmy Spencer in 8th, out 2nd. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, the top 5. Now the old saying, cautions breed cautions, comes into play.
Yeah, you get cars running side by side at this speed and this narrow groove. A lot of times there is a caution flag that follows these caution flags.
26 cars on the lead lap. Run down at the top of your screen, 26th place will be the cutoff point. It'll be Joe Nemechek. Everyone from Ken Schrader on down is 1 lap down.
And Rusty Wallace goes by Junior, takes over the 3rd spot.
Rusty Wallace 9 times a winner here at Bristol, but so far he's on an offer in 2002. He's got a couple of second-place finishes, the July Daytona race and the Brickyard 400 at Indy, but he has not gotten to the winner's circle yet this year. He told us he really needs a win bad.
And win would cure cancer right now for me. I tell you what, I'd love to win here. It's an incredible track. It's been a long time since I've won, way too long. Quite honest, I'm a little nervous about waiting this late in the year to get it, but a couple years ago this happened, and I won the second to last race in Phoenix, Arizona, right down to the wire, and I hope I don't have to go that long.
On board with Rusty Wallace. Check out some of our telemetry and see what kind of mile per hour he might be doing with these fresh tires. You see it show right down to 130 mile per hour, and he will go down to 102 mile per hour, his slowest speed. That's a pretty narrow band for a half-mile racetrack.
Sure is. We got a guy in the wall. We got Derek Cope.
Scott Wimmer and Derek Cope both have problems.
And so far, they haven't thrown the caution flag.
NASCAR Communications looking for debris.
Oh! Scott, careful there, big boy.
No caution. We'll stay under the green. Terry Labonte also heading for pit road. Let's mention that Mike Skinner had made a pit stop earlier. He's back on track, and this is Derek Cope's team going to work. And they've got some big problems here. Look at the way that right front's facing. There's Terry. 2-time Bristol winner, but not tonight. Dave, he was already a lap down. What's up there?
He's got motor problems, Alan. They had a miss. They tried to diagnose earlier by checking the plug wires. Everything was good. He's been down on power, and I believe they thought they had a flat just this time.
Caution for debris. Caution flag is out. Debris off of Derek Cope's car. This is number 7.
You're behind, Alan. When you're getting further and further behind.
Yeah. Talked about which would be more tonight, lead changes or caution flags. We've had 2 leaders, 2 lead changes, but 7 caution flags. Give a wave. You're on TNT with BP. Sharpie 500 from Bristol continues in a minute. How popular is the night race at Bristol? Popular enough that the racetrack gets constant requests for people to get married here on this day. So this morning at the start-finish line, 9 couples exchanged their vows. You notice the racing apparel in all of them. We've got a Rusty Wallace couple. We've got a Tony Stewart couple.
You got Jerry Nadeau standing there.
Watching all this
Jerry
stuff.
was the honorary best man. And here's an interfaith marriage.
I met those people. They're from Muncie, Indiana. They said all the drivers kiss that yard of bricks. Well, they kiss the start-finish line.
Well, there you go, BP. You had your chance.
But, dear, I would be a bigamist if I did that. No, Terry would not allow me to do that, dear. Sorry.
We better go back racing.
Let's do that
Quickly.
before somebody gets in trouble.
Okie dokie. I thought Skinner had a good start there. I thought he was going to land there, but
Mike is 3 laps down, 36th place in that Kodak car.
this just kills the guys back here running side by side. You got Jeff Gordon and Kenny Spencer clearing all the lap traffic, and BP, when you're stuck on the, it's a disadvantage being a lead lap on a restart when you got cars a lap down.
We talked about that. Those guys back 11th and 12th, they restart 22nd, 24th spot. They've got to go by the slow cars just like they do fast cars.
Jeff Gordon leads, Jimmy Spencer second, Rusty Wallace third. They've cleared the lap traffic. And you've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in fourth and Bobby Labonte in fifth.
Bobby Labonte stuck behind a couple of lap cars. Finally gets underneath Mike Wallace here.
Mike's back in 28th place. Second car 1 lap down. Ken Schrader is the first car 1 lap down. He's just ahead of Bobby here. There's Kenny in the purple car. The thought crossed my mind as we're watching the 18 here. Pretty solid night so far, but then I thought it's just way too early to say that at
Way
Bristol.
too early.
Tony Stewart working on Matt Kenseth for 8th, and he's through. Tony started back in 26th.
You see Jerry Nadeau there, the 44 car. He's a lap down, but he followed Tony Stewart by Matt Kenseth.
Michael is there's just not enough racetrack for him tonight. He needs all of it. That car is really sliding around.
Jeremy Mayfield in 12th place on the lead lap.
Michael is choosing to drive that car up there. And I guess it just won't stick on the bottom, so he's chosen to go to the top side of the racetrack.
Well, maybe he figures he'll dust it off for everybody else.
But now he's back to the bottom. It won't, of course, it won't stay on the bottom too well.
Here comes Happy Harvick in that 29 car BP. Talk to him on the pace laps. He's running in 13th right now. Sterling Marlin, the point leader.
Oh, we got to jam up in turn 2. Boy, a bunch of guys checked up over there. Everybody got through.
Hamilton in the 55. Hamilton's in 15th place.
Hamilton's had a good, pretty solid run tonight in that 55 Square D car.
Yep, started 34th. He was in jeopardy of going a lap down there in those opening laps. He was so far back in traffic, but it's all worked out for them so far. Hamilton, one of those guys who doesn't know what he's doing next year yet. He has said he's leaving this 55 ride, but I talked to Bobby yesterday. Said, you got anything solid? He said, nope. Still talking to a lot of people, but I don't have a ride yet. How about his race, Dave?
Now, the car he's using is a car that Joe Nemechek took to victory, badged as a number 33 last year at Rockingham. It ran good earlier this year at Darlington, and that's why they brought it here. They say the front-end geometry is such that when you raise it up here for the high banks, the car reacts very well. They've been pleased with the car all weekend long.
Check our Lowe's improvers. Hamilton, one of those. Jeff Burton gained 26 spots since the start. How about the snoozers? Michael Waltrip. Todd Bodine just came back on the racetrack after time behind the wall, involved in the first 2 cautions of this race. He had a spin at lap number 7, and then again at lap number 18. Some pretty thick traffic here around the point leader. There's Harvick, Mayfield.
Is on board with Jeremy Mayfield, looking back at Kevin Harvick. Harvick using a lot of apron, getting down in turn 1.
Coming up on 200 laps of the Sharpie 500 at Bristol. A lot of cautions in the early going, then a lot of green flag racing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon have been the only two leaders.